Good morning. Today is day 148, and today is the last day on the trail. Got your coffee in bed?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, darling.
Good morning, David.
It's early.
It's not so bad. Where are we going?
We are going to get picked up by a shuttle driver. A lot of you folks know where we are. This is our destination for the day. And we're meeting shuttle driver Bookie right here. Already some kayaks out and ready to go. But it's only 7 a.m. Beautiful day. It's about 57 degrees.
Morning.
Good morning, darling.
Are you on the Group W bench?
Yeah.
Where's the garbage?
The garbage. Oh, at the bottom of the ravine. Still waiting for our shuttle. We're at the NOC. It's 1,300 feet in elevation. And we're going to drive up to Tellico Gap, which is 3,800 feet in elevation. And we've got 8 miles to hike today. Hey, hey. We are on the trail, starting at Tellico Gap, which is down there. And wow, it is a beautiful day. Still in the 50s. And I think the high today is going to be in the 70s. And we'll be up over 4,000 feet, so maybe even the low 70s. So what the heck are we doing down here in the south at about, I don't know, mile 120 or so? So as some of you recall, if you've been watching my channel, I skipped this 8-mile section intentionally. And I think it was back at day 11 or so. So on day 11, I got off the trail at the Gap, and it was January. And that was the day I was walking down the road because there was snow and ice, and Peggy was picking me up, and she was filming me coming to the car, and I fell right there on camera. So I wanted this to be the last section for me to hike, to complete the through hike. And I'll talk more about why that is as we go. But man, this is a beautiful day. And we have about a 900-foot climb from the Gap where we started up to a fire tower that's at about 40, I think it's 46 or 4,800 feet. And so yeah, we're up pretty high elevation. Feels good up here. And boy, to be teleported from New Hampshire and Maine and the rocks up there to this pretty smooth trail is it just highlights the stark differences in the trail from this part to what you find in New Hampshire and Maine. So it's midsummer. In fact, it's July 11th. And of course, we got lucky and we have a cool day. But if I was going to hike a section of the AT during midsummer, this is a pretty good section. So anywhere from near the border of Georgia and North Carolina on up really to Fontana Dam and that near the entrance to Smoky Mountain National Park. There's lots of peaks above 5,000 feet and the trail stays pretty high. And so, yeah, that's you're more likely to get comfortable temperatures along this stretch. So yeah, that's definitely a good stretch to do this time of year. It's been a little over 3 weeks since I summited in Maine, and I haven't been on a trail since then. But I tell you what, this feels nice, and I think it's probably part of the reason some thru hikers get post-trail depression. There's kind of a withdrawal you have, and maybe during a thru hike you take it for granted that you're going to be on a trail out in nature, away from the hubbub and some of the other things about regular life, and to have such an abrupt withdrawal from hiking every day, all day, to not doing that can be jarring. And being back on the trail is kind of making me realize that. The Westerwald Fire Tower. This place is very special for Peggy and I. Today is 7/11, and it was 7/11/2011 that Peggy and I came up here, and this is where I proposed.
Best question ever.
Best question ever. And so I wanted this to be the last section of trail that I did. Westerwald Fire Tower. Spectacular 360 view. Right, Nantahala Outdoor Center. This is where we're heading. Is somewhere down underneath those clouds. So yeah, 13 years ago today.
How many years ago?
13 years ago. And I hadn't planned on popping the question. But when I got up here, it was kind of like, who am I kidding? So I popped the question. And it was a bit of a surprise, but yet not such a surprise either. And I remember we had dinner up here, and I had hauled up a full-size double burner Coleman stove, and we had salmon and other fixings and wine, and so it was dark, completely dark by the time we were heading back by headlamp, and we heard coyotes on the way back to Tellico Gap. It was a good time.
Hi.
We're having breakfast.
It's been 10 seconds since you filmed me.
We're having hard-boiled eggs, cherries, and fig bars. Heading north on the AT, and boy, it continues to be a nice day. The 800-foot or so climb up to the tower to I don't think we even sweated at all. Such a nice day.
Look how big that is
Wow.
compared to my hand.
These are massive. Heading down from the fire tower. I think there's a shelter coming up soon. And there's one water source between here and about a mile before the NOC or so. But we brought all our water. We've been talking about our next adventure, thinking about the Julian Alps in Slovenia. You can hike sort of village to village, 8 to 10 miles a day or so. It could happen. Peggy doesn't get this view. She's not tall enough. Nice. These mountains are rugged, but yet the trail itself isn't that rocky, which is my kind of trail. What's that? Class 1, maybe some 2 mixed in. Yum, 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 yum. Coming out to a view spot.
With some blueberries.
Nice. Blueberries, little tiny ones. But good.
Yeah, they are.
It's quite a contrast between the northern New England parts of the trail with the glaciation and the parts around here. The valleys are V-shaped. They haven't been gouged out by glaciers. I think that's the NOC right down there. Somewhere in there.
I always thought I'd like to be a bird.
So still, oh shit. How you doing, Peggy?
I'm doing great, David, thanks.
So here's the even funnier part, maybe. Here's literally what I was gonna say before Peggy disappeared from the trail. She's totally all right, by the way. I was going to comment on how northbounders, when they hike this section and they do videos, they talk about how sketchy this section is. So I literally was going to say after hiking in New Hampshire, no, it's not. It totally resets your idea of what's difficult or what's dangerous. As I was saying, even trails that look pretty nice can be dangerous. You just never know. In fact, a smooth trail like this will lull you into a false sense of security. It'll get you. We're down to the last 0.2 miles. I can hear all the hubbub down there at the NOC.
That's a wrap, people.
Feels good to be home.
Whee! Oh, that feels great.
Thanks for the champagne.
You're welcome. Cheers.
So our shuttle driver, whose name is Bookie, is opening a hostel. So this is 2 miles east of the trail of the NOC. And this place, they're working in there now. There's bunk rooms and a couple of private rooms downstairs. And there's about 6 acres back here. And so they will be open for the for any southbounders coming through, and also around this part, around the NOC, you get a lot of mountain biking. You get a lot of people coming up to fly fish, oh, what else do they do? Of course, rafting and kayaking, and so you could get a really interesting mix of people staying here. You know, those that are looking for a hostel experience. So here's a little sticker that Bookie gave me, the Rambling Roots Hostel. And again, it's 2 miles from the NOC and from the trail. And the nearest town, a few miles down the road, is Bryson City. So that's where you would resupply if you need to resupply at like a grocery store. But Bookie also said she's going to have some resupply items as well. Wrapping up day 148. Peggy and I had a good day. We started at Tellico Gap and we hiked about 1.5 miles or so up to the Wesser Fire Tower, and that's where. So that was very nice for us to both be up there, and so we spent probably a good hour up there on top of the tower, had some breakfast, and really had a good time up there. And then we kept going south. So as I left the fire tower, as we left that, I had never hiked that section of trail between the fire tower and the Nantahala Outdoor Center. So that was a nice section of the trail. Got some good views. Peggy slid off the trail. Luckily had no injuries at all. And so we ended up at the Nantahala Outdoor Center. Sat there, got some champagne to toast the end of the final completion of the through hike, and then we went over to Bryson City and had some dinner, and so had a wonderful day. And so this brings to an end to the hiking portion of my videos. It's been about 3.5 weeks since I summited Mount Katahdin, and I'm still not into a routine yet. And what kind of surprised me is it's an abrupt stop to what you're doing every day. And so I think I might post another video or two, just kind of summarizing my thoughts and feelings about my through hike. Maybe I'll go through. Um, I'm thinking about ideas. Maybe I'll go through and maybe talk about what I liked about the way I did it, what I might do different. And a couple commenters wanted some information on the gear choices I made, so I might do a little bit on that, and go from there. So that's all for now. We had a great day 148, and I hope everybody has a wonderful evening.